Hello, beautiful people. It's another edition of Victor Isibo Reviews. If it's your first time here, do well to hit the red subscribe button below this video. Turn on the notification so that you don't miss my subsequent videos. We put out great content here. You're not going to regret being a part of this channel. And if you're an old timer, it's always a pleasure having you back. Now, today we want to talk about the educational system. Okay? I have a problem with schools, and thank God that I am a graduate. I am educated. If not, many would misconstrue my point of view as a kind of grudge against the educational system, maybe because it's not a graduate. But thank God that's not the case. Nobody can say I have a bias against the educational system because I am a beneficiary. I'm a participant and a beneficiary of the educational system. Now, the problem I have with the educational system and schools now is that the essential skills that the challenges, our day-to-day challenges present before us, the essential skills that are necessary to combat and face those challenges are not taught at school. Now, I'm not saying that the theories, the principles that they teach us in physics and in mathematics are not applicable in our everyday lives. Yeah, they are applicable sometimes, but not as often as some skills that the school deliberately did not teach us, and they have refused to incorporate into the academic curriculum, especially in primary, secondary schools, students of which are in their formative years. And you know, what you inculcate in a child in their formative years stick with them for their entire lives. Okay, so things like, for instance, now, next to the air that we breathe, the second most important thing is money, whether we like it or not. Now, you can want to de-emphasize the importance of money, but the truth is you will end up spending money today. As you're watching this video, you're probably watching this video with data that you purchased with money. So money is very important. So why are schools not teaching financial management, financial education, financial literacy? Schools don't teach these things. Schools what is another thing that is conspicuously absent in the school curriculum is personal development. It is important. It is important. Interpersonal communication. It is important because these things, we use them every day. Interpersonal skills. If they could teach us interpersonal skills, because every day we relate with people, every day we meet people, every day we negotiate. On a daily basis we negotiate, on a hourly basis we negotiate 24/7. So if they could teach interpersonal skills as it relates to negotiation, it's going to be beneficiary to us. Personal development. People need to edify themselves and continue to grow and learn. People need to know how to use their minds and their thoughts. Emotional intelligence. These are things that inform your decision making. These are things that we do every day. Every day. These are things that happen to us every day. We meet challenges where we need to use these life skills every day. So why are schools not teaching it? That's why you see many people succeed at school and fail in life, because the essential life skills are conspicuously absent in the school curriculum. Okay, I have never had to use Pythagoras theorem since I left school. I've never had to use Pythagoras theorem to settle my dispute between me and my wife, for instance. I have never had use for Pythagoras theory. I know you have not used Pythagoras theory to settle your dispute with any of your siblings or your parents. I have never been in a tight situation where I am broke. I don't have money to pay my bills. I have never had to use almighty formula to bring myself out of debt. It's pathetic. There are so many skills that we can learn, use it to succeed in life. For the guys that work in banks, All our university days, they will bring complex mathematical equations. X squared plus 3x minus 5y equals to 30. Find x. They will tell you to find x. Now, we'll calculate several pages of notebooks. Calculate, eventually, we'll now find the x. What is the x? The x is 0, equal to 0. If we knew it was 0 since, why have we been disturbing ourselves? Writing, sweating, wasting booklets. At the end of the day, the answer is 0. You that work in banks, how many times have you had to look for X in that your bank where you are working? We did all that at school. And in our everyday lives, in our everyday encounters, we don't meet these things. As an engineering undergraduate, we used to solve, in solid electronics, we used to solve Runge-Kutta equations. Very complex, very long. Since I left school now, there has never been a day I applied Runge-Kutta equation in trying to mentor my child. Runge-Kutta has not solved any day-to-day problem for me. Pythagoras theorem, simultaneous equation, I've never applied it when I am planning my finances and my budget. They say it's almighty formula. Why is the formula not enriching lives? Why is the formula not solving main economic problems, solving societal issues? These are issues that, you know, the schools need to look at. These are skills that are necessary for the human development, mentally and physically. I'm beginning to believe what Robert Kiyosaki has been complaining about. He said there is a connivance between the rich and the management of schools to deliberately leave out relevant life skills from the curriculum of schools. Why? What is the target? What is the aim? What is the purpose of that? So that you can impoverish the minds of students, so that when they graduate, they will be the major workforce working under the rich as employees. Because if you empower them with entrepreneurial skills, budgeting, planning, savings, investment, you edify them so much, they will not be comfortable with a life of servitude in the name of being employees under somebody. And even if they are employees, it will be for a while, because they will make conscious, concerted effort geared towards financial independence and working for themselves. Okay? The school these days don't teach life lessons. They make you fear failure. That's what schools do. You fear failure. I remember that time when we write exams, to go to the school board to look at our scores, it's always a very, very anxious period. You're taken over by anxiety because you have fear for failure. And the truth of the matter is, that is in schools, fear for failure. But in life, in real life, if you fear failure so much, you will not succeed, because you will not try anything. They have inculcated the fear of failure in you at school. So when you come to the real life, you fear failure so much, you would rather not try than fail. You prefer not to try at all than to fail. Because growing up from your primary to secondary to the university level, the fear of failure has been inculcated in you. That's why many people who excelled so much at school, they fail at life. If you have interpersonal skills, for instance, that has been left out of the school curriculum, if you had it, you have better relationships with your spouse, with your fiancé, with people. Okay? So that's some of the issues that I have been looking at, you know, and you know, even when the school, the thing that the school prides itself in teaching people is how to be good employees. That's the truth. That's what schools and institutions, that's what they do. They give you a set of rules. They tell you how to dress responsibly. They teach you office mannerism. The truth of the matter, the sad truth of the matter is that they don't even prepare you very well to perform optimally in the labor market as employees. They don't, because 90% of the graduates that they churn out, they go into the labor market and companies have to train them. They take them as trainees. They take you as trainees because they know you don't have the skills. All you have is theoretical knowledge, which is not applicable in the practical world. You still don't have the requisite skills. And the sad truth is that companies are de-emphasizing the importance of certificates these days. They need somebody, they need plug and play. They need somebody that can get into the job and start performing at once. They prefer experience, they prefer know-how, they prefer skills. What can you do with your hands? Okay? Schools teach us knowledge. Schools teach us knowledge. Knowledge can make you a living, but wisdom will make you a life. What you need in real life is wisdom. All that the school teaches you is knowledge. What is the major difference between knowledge and wisdom? I'll tell you in form of an example. A medical doctor who smokes cigarettes, and you are wondering, this man, why is he smoking cigarette? As enlightened as he is, if you ask him what are the dangers of cigarette smoking, he will give you a plethora of damages that cigarettes and nicotine can do to your system. He has the knowledge of the damages that cigarette smoking can do to him, but he does not have the wisdom to apply it to his life. Okay? So knowledge plus implementation or application is equal to wisdom. If you have knowledge and you do not have the skills and the know-how to carry it out, your knowledge is wasted. So please share this video, make it go viral, spread the word. Spread the word. Our academic curriculum is lopsided. It is not what it should be. Okay? Then I want you to answer some questions in the comment section below. A quick one, like an assignment. Okay? Question number 1. How many times have you used quadratic equation to settle a dispute between you and your clients in your business? How many times have you used quadratic or simultaneous equation to settle an issue between a landlord and a tenant? How often has almighty formula bailed you out of a bad financial situation? Tell me. Have you ever been broke and you applied calculus towards solving your personal problem or your spiritual problem or your emotional problem? How many times have you been depressed and down and you just looked at calculus? Wow, look at this equation, and you are motivated? Answer the question in the comment section below. Bye for now.